Here's the payoff pitch. That one line to the left side. That's a base hit.
We got a tie ball
Bastian
game.
delivers in a big spot and brings down the score. Now Bastian rolling to second. The tag is in time. He got him. The throw from left field from Hilliard ends up keeping this game tied, and that is how we're going to end the game. From 1920 to 1963, Rickwood Field was the place to be for the black community in Birmingham, Alabama, all centered around baseball. Now here in 2026, we get to honor that legacy with the Hank Aaron Invitational. 44 of the top high school players in the country getting to showcase their abilities. Team Robinson versus Team Aaron here at Rickwood Field. Hello, everybody, and welcome to historic Rickwood Field. Alongside MLB manager, coach, and player Bo Porter, my name is Sedric Granger, and Bo, it's exciting to be back at Rickwood Field, second straight year of the Hank Aaron Invitational being here in Rickwood.
Yeah.
At the old stomping grounds of the Birmingham Barons, an area that was the place to be for the black community in Birmingham, Alabama from 1920 to 1963, and now it's that again here in 2026. As we have a new pitcher on the mound, it's Michael Hayes. He's a Houston guy, and I know that resonates with you, Bo.
Yes, it resonates, and this is a fine young man. I have known this young man since he was probably 13 years old. It's an electric fastball. He has great mound presence, extremely athletic.
It looks like he forgot his pitch comp, so we'll put that back in.
He's had tremendous success at his high school and has been on a circuit for a few years. And he's a well-rounded young man, does great things in the community. Excited to see him pitch today.
Yeah, as you continue to see him develop, he's also been noticed by not just you, but by some colleges, as he has drawn interest from a couple of the local schools around the area, including Houston, as well as Texas Tech, Texas A&M, and Texas as well, too. So some notable schools that are interested in what he can bring, and now he has a chance to showcase what he's got in front of the scouts, and starts with ball one to Lorenzo Davis, the first baseman, who had an RBI back in the first inning for Team Aaron. There's a ground ball. This goes to the shortstop. Sabino is in time. And Sabino, he's a guy where you said it just looks effortless.
It looks really effortless. You see him attack that ground ball playing downhill. He fielded the ball and it's exchange and release all in one motion. When you start to think about playing shortstop in the big leagues and how the game starts to speed up, these are fundamental mechanics that it doesn't matter where he's at. That plays here in Rickwood. It plays in the big leagues. It plays in college. He is a polished shortstop.
Next batter for Hayes to face is Jake Acosta with his second at-bat of the day. He reached on an error back in the fourth inning. And he'll take a look at a strike.
That's a good fastball. Does a great job of hiding the ball with his mechanics and gets down the mound and the ball just explodes on you.
How important is that of hiding those mechanics and hiding those little details when you're facing a batter in the batter's box?
When you start to think about, pitch sequence and the ability to tunnel the baseball, that's what keeps the hitters off balance. When you are able to throw your fastball, your slider, your changeup, and it comes out of the same tunnel, that pitch there, when you start to look at it from a hitter standpoint, it looks like a fastball until the ball starts to get up on you, and now all of a sudden you get that sharp break with the slider. That's one of the things that I've recognized with the development of all of these kids, not just the physical ability, that's a strike-to-ball slider right there that came out of the same tunnel, is their ability from a fundamental standpoint of having sound mechanics and repeatable deliveries.
Here's the 2-2. That one flared to the right side, but unplayable. It's foul. One of the other lessons that I noticed on MLB Develop's Instagram was one from 15-year MLB pitching coach Lester Strode. And he said, as a pitcher, tempo matters. Don't let your defense get flat. It also allows you to find a good rhythm for yourself. And I've noticed he's pitching with a pretty good tempo right now.
Most of these young pitchers, when you think about the clock and the rules that have been implemented at the major league level, the preparation that these young men are going through is preparing them for the big leagues. That's why you see they get the ball and they go. Even though you don't have those particular rules in place here, their mindset is that that's where I want to be. So you see them self-imposing themselves and implementing those type of rules as they go through their progression.
So new baseball thrown out to Michael Hayes as he looks to try to put away Jake Acosta as Team Aaron tries to eat into this deficit. Bottom of the 6th inning, trailing 8-4.
Here comes the slider here. Oh, he stayed with the heater.
And that one's popped up and unplayable. A couple souvenirs for the kids in attendance. This is one where you'll get your steps in with the way the ballpark is, and the steps are of varying degrees of sizes, so it always keeps you on your toes if you're one of the kids running for it. There you go. Got it and toss it to a younger kid. That's awesome.
It's a great souvenir to take home.
We'll do the 2-2 again. And I'll sound like a broken record. We'll stay at 2-2. Again, just the continued success. We talked a little bit about some of those major leaguers that have started off in the Hank Aaron Invitational, but also there's some guys in the minor leagues who have worked their way up. 2-2. Got him looking. Called strike 3. Nice strikeout there for Hayes.
And that was more of a cut slider. It didn't really have the tilt that his slider would normally have, but it was able to kind of more of a sweeper that stayed on plane, and I think the cut kind of shocked the hitter there and froze him, locked him up for a called third strike.
Yeah, it's interesting you noted that slider difference because we saw some pitchers earlier in the game kind of throw more of a gyro type of slider, and then now you see one that's a little bit more like a sweeper.
Yes, and that one was more side to side, and I think the hitter picked up the spin, but he picked it up late because it was more side to side and didn't have that tilt to it.
So Blake Ragsdale up at the plate, 2 away in the inning for Team Aaron. With the sand in the hourglass starting to run thin with just 4 outs to work with. And that's a ball, 2 balls, and no strikes. But going back to those minor leaguers that are getting up there, Termarr Johnson, I actually saw him last week in Columbus when the Indianapolis Indians took on the Columbus Clippers, and he was doing great in the leadoff spot for Indianapolis. He played in this game. You have George Lombard, who's one of the top prospects right now for New York. I just missed him, actually, when he was with Scranton Wilkes-Barre because he was on the injured list, but he's back playing, and he's been really impressive, and he'll be soon in the pinstripes.
I know opening day we look at the numbers and it says 6.8, but those numbers are going to start to drastically increase because of the programming that is taking place in the number of blacks that we have in the minor league system that will find their way to the big leagues.